look like the actual leathers that you race.
Hello and welcome to Off Track, the motorcycle racing podcast. There are times when you do this podcast that you kind of feel very, very privileged to do what you do. And as you can see from where we are and the beauties of being in this incredible man cave of memorabilia, ladies and gentlemen, we have Ben Curry, but we also have Leon Haslam. Leon, welcome, mate. Thank you for inviting us up. This is the most incredible place I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a lot of history.
Well, this is the beauty of your mum not throwing anything away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the joys of it. You just about show us the t-shirts there. I remember these as a kid.
The Pharaoh t-shirts, a replica of my dad's ones. We're trying to bring it back, so like a replica of your leathers. It's a little bit more political nowadays.
I remember you used to have Freddie Spencer ones and Barry Sheen ones.
Yeah.
And I think maybe get a Rob Mack one at one point
Yeah.
for that. But there's just the most incredible amount of memorabilia. There's Kajiva leathers, the Team Pepsi Suzuki, your dad's kit there. Walk us around, mate. Show us what we've got.
The concept I was trying to get a set of leathers from every year. So when my dad first started, hence all the patch quilt leathers and all his crests that he used to have. He used to rock a set of leathers for about 5 years back in them days. So obviously I like the knee sliders, the duct taped plastic cup knee sliders. So they're pretty cool. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I do a lot of training here with my young riders, so to see the history and the heritage of all the years, it brings back a few good memories. Some bad ones as well, but yeah.
True, let the good outweigh the bad on that front.
Yeah.
I mean, then you walk in now to your dad's Grand Prix years as well.
Yeah.
And
from the Elf years, we've got the Black Sunday from the T2, the famous one where Honda protested. Through to obviously, my dad with the Elf years. That's probably my first memory of racing was when my dad rode for Elf with Serge Rosset. I was obviously only 3-4 years old and obviously causing havoc in the paddocks, but I remember that time was pretty cool.
That was some bike, wasn't it? The L3, the hub centre steered, single-sided swing arm.
Yeah.
What a project to be a part of.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, that's kind of been my dad's passion. It's more of the development and playing and everything else. So yeah, them years I know was quite fun to him and stuff. And
I think between you, there's barely a make and a model of bike that you haven't ridden between the two of you over the years.
Yeah. I've managed 6 manufacturers and podium on all of them at World Championships. So that's one thing I'm proud of. The only one that I never rode was Yamaha. So out of all the bikes that I've ever rode, I've never raced the Yamaha. But all the others, Ducati, BM, Aprilia, Suzuki, Honda, Kawasaki.
I think sometimes people forget that what you've achieved over the years on different manufacturers.
Yeah, it's been a lot, but it's been good as well. The process of electronics and development of all that side of things. It's been a nice era. What's
your favourite bit of memorabilia in here?
Obviously, I've got my second in the world with Suzuki. I've got my little medallion that I got that year. I like the fact that we kept my first ever race bike, which is up on the wall. That was a big one for me. I think it's more of a history visual side than it is anything else.
It's incredible as we go through and Team GB. So with your dad's kit there, that also reminds me of James Hayden.
Well, to be honest with you, that was the main incentive of why I started ASA. I've got 10 riders. Some of them live here in caravans and training camps. And when I was a kid, I remember James Hayden used to live on a camp bed on the hallway for like 3-4 years. And Carl Harris, who obviously become one of my best friends, Adrian Coates. There's so many riders that's come through Team GB, and that was just my dad again, finishing racing, helping young riders, all living here in caravans and whatever else. It was, for me as a kid, it was cool times.
It's, as we had a look around outside earlier, it's the most incredible place for everything in one place. How long have your mum and dad been here now?
Pretty much from when I was born, so about 37, 38 years now. Yeah.
Crikey. I mean, it is just the most incredible place that when you look, as we'll spin the camera around and have a look at all the kit further down and all your training gear as well. You don't need to be anywhere else, do you?
No, I do like training here. Obviously, I train with my trainer Kurt every morning. We've got quite a good program there, but doing fitness tests with the riders and stuff like that is a pretty cool thing. And especially a few of them, they live here throughout the year. We had Denise living in a caravan with some Aussie rider, Jacob Hatch, that lived here all year, and we've got a few Irish this year that are coming to move in. So yeah, for me, I do this sort of stuff anyway. So if I can do it with a bunch of riders that have the same passion as me, then it all works.
Looking forward to exploring that more in the podcast, because that's a good part of what you do. And as we have a look, we have our co-host Ben Curry lurking in the background,
just taking it all in.
And so much history. And then the 3 sets of leathers you've got here, Leon.
Yeah, they're a little bit one-off leathers. Obviously, I managed to ride under Elf livery for Manuel Pacetti in Imola. Really cool bike livery. Obviously, a lot of history with Elf back in the day, and we did a replica version. I also wore the helmet, which was 30 years with Arai, so kind of a replica of what my dad used to race back in the day. The set next to it was very unique. It was a sponsored thing with BMW, me and Marco Melandri. Dark Knight Rises, the cinema, and we never actually got to race them with some big tragedy that was in America. So really cool set, but never actually got to wear them on the track.
Such a shame.
And then, yeah, the Airwave set, for me, I've got mixed memories with that one. Absolutely cool looking bike. Obviously the picture outside of it was that bike. And I lost the championship that year by, I think it was 3 points. And it was because the first race that I wore those leathers actually crashed out the lead at Silverstone. Oh. And so, yeah, really cool visual side, but memory of losing the championship.
Possibly one of the best of the Arais that you had as well. The finishes on that.
Yeah,
glorious.
That actual design originally was in red and blue, Devil and Angel. Yeah. I actually drew that and designed that all myself here. That was my first ever proper design helmet, and it actually went really, really well. And we turned it into a black mint version.
It looks great. The black mint to match the Airwaves, the black mint chewing gum.
First set of Suzuka special leathers, yeah, my first ever win. I actually had a broken leg when I won Suzuka. I was actually going to the bike on crutches that year. It was me, Van der Mark and Takahashi. Yeah, mega event. Yeah, such a good feeling, using the crowd, the night, everything. So yeah, Suzuka's got a lot of special times for me.
And then we move on to the Kawasaki, the KRT.
KRTs, BSBs, obviously the championship winning year in 18. Got Aprilia, Honda, BMW, Suzuki. Yeah, pretty much from, I would say, 2009 with Sticky Honda was my World Superbike stint. Obviously I was there in 04 as well, but my main stint was through that period.
Well, we're kind of going back in time, aren't we, as we come this way, because they're all chronological order.
Yeah, 2010 when we finished second with Suzuki, and obviously got HM Plant, the BSB days, and
Cal Crutchlow, your teammate?
Cal Crutchlow, that teammate, Gregorio Lavia with the Airwaves.
I always remember
Koji Leathers, I was teammates with Haga, that was World Championship.
Which were the leathers? Was that 04?
04 was World Championship with Haga.
It was the World Championship. Yeah. The one with the picture, the Impact Images picture at Alton Park.
We did a wild card in BSB. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people will remember that.
Yeah. And the GP career. It's very surprising those short advanced leathers have got no scrapes on them, because I definitely crashed a lot of that year. So.
And then that takes us back down to the Team GB ones. This is incredible. What I'm looking forward to, the podcast is going to be incredible. Leon, thank you so much for showing us around the museum. It's just a stunning place to be. And let's go and do a podcast.
Let's go.
We'll catch up in a bit.